Yeah, because I saw a whole bunch of changes with the natural gas oil switching on the commit. Definitely, definitely changed in how that works. Have you modified the internal buffer size of the buildings for the derricks so that they can actually output more than 100 units per cycle? That's the other important question to always ask, because by default, with all fluid producing machines slash all oil derricks in the vanilla game, uh, they can only actually output 100 units per cycle, regardless of the density of the fluid that they're sitting on top of, and regardless of how much it says it produces in the little tooltip. It will only give you 100 units per cycle because it can only store 100 units inside of the machine each cycle. This is why productivity is completely pointless on vanilla oil machines. It's because it adds more units that get voided the moment they're produced, because it can only give you 100 per cycle. Now that's per cycle, which means that speed modules are what give you more units of the fluid per second. Because the faster the cycle goes, the more fluid you've got to deal with. Uh, right. There was no reason for me to actually really pick this up. Oh, hey, right. They changed the engine unit icon again. In 1829. So it actually does look like an engine now, a basic engine. Yeah, I was slightly confused by the previous one. It was gears and chain. It was gears and chain before. It's like that's a piece of an engine potentially. It's like are we making bikes with this? Like, well, no. So they've changed that icon. I can make U235 now. Slowly, technically. Is this Kovarex? Yes, but that's purple science, so no. Nuke power. I can actually make the reactor as soon as I have super alloy. Ish. And what about that? That's super steel to even make the turbines. So you can't even do vanilla power in the vanilla nuclear power in the Pi suite until after super steel and super alloy. Right. Sure. You change the height of the fluid boxes. Alright, that should work. That should be fine. Uh, it's just that internal storage buffer on the machines that's the limitation. There are mods actually, or at least a mod that exists that changes the that's a problem. Maybe. No, it just takes a while to do the thing. Are you giving me a negative now? You're giving me now a -2. If this comes back, that means it's broken. I have to like replace it again because I renamed the thing. I think output -2. So there's a mod that actually changes the internal size of the fluid box for oil derricks that does let you get like all the oil ever. All right, good. It looks like if that train comes back, I swear it's no. Just please stop. Why are you storing? Why do you have 3K? it shouldn't have any. It shouldn't have any. There should be 0, 4, 4.1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why is this not voiding? Excuse me? Now it's voiding. It stopped voiding for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes they do that. The tailings ponds will just stop doing the thing. They sometimes just stop for no good reason. Okay, 14 electrolyzers. Which I have right here. So 2 lines of 7. Make sure I'm aligned. Yeah. Each of these is going to get their own independent water well. Oh yeah, they changed sulfur a little bit, didn't they? In 28, they changed sulfur to be a little bit different than normal. That's a little bit different. Not too much. I mean, it's brighter yellow. Unless that's the pie icon, I don't really know. What I do know is that in the most recent version, they, like, reset the saturation back to 100 on me, and that's, like, not even remotely desired. I really completely despise how the game looks at the default level of saturation. It is horrific. Blinding. That's how I'll word it. It is blindingly bright at default levels of saturation. Again, another one of those things, it's like, who really thought that that was a good idea? To literally blind people. Like, I like having eyes, right? I like my eyes being able to see with my glasses. I like seeing. Seeing is good. I'd rather not need more strength to my prescription. It's already strong enough as it is. Not like these studio lights are helping matters, by the way. I think these lights have already given me a more noticeable eye floater. But anyway, yeah, it's just too bright by default. Way too bright. Way too bright. Anyway, let's see. What's next? I need to do the exact same thing for the oxygen, where it gets completely and utterly voided. Oh, great. Right. That needs to be slightly higher. Oh, you know what it was? I know exactly why the tailings pond broke. I know exactly why the tailings pond broke, why it wasn't voiding that oxygen. Do you want to know the exact reason why this tailings pond that I put down over here did not actually function? Nanobots. I cut and pasted this tailings pond 1 unit to the left from where it was originally placed. It was originally placed right here. It was originally placed right here. I cut and pasted it, which means it got picked up and then placed down by a nanobot. It got placed by a nanobot. So the script didn't attach to the tailings pond because it got placed by script. It got placed by a nanobot. I have figured it out. I have figured it out. I can tell you with absolute certainty that the reason that the script to void the fluid didn't happen on that particular tailings pond is because it was moved by nanobots. It was placed by a nanobot. That would be it. That would be why. Right there. That would be the reason. Alright. That has been fingered out. Oh, right. That makes that ever so slightly painful. Prove it! Alright. So, once I get the power on these, I will be able to prove it. So, we'll attach that. This will start producing, and we will see that I placed this manually, it is voiding. If I pick it up and I place it down somewhere else, it's not voiding. If I cut it and paste it with the nanobots, it doesn't void. However, if I hit Q to eyedropper it, pick it up myself, and then place it down, it's voiding. See? Proof. Nanobots are their own mod. It is a completely separate mod by a completely separate mod author. Yep. This is sometimes you just know things. Sometimes you just know things. It's like, so there have been issues in the past with similar type of things that have happened in the Pi suite because of being placed by nanobots rather than being placed by hand. So this is not the first time some things have not properly worked because they've been placed by nanobots. That's how I know that, oh hey, this is a nanobot thing. Also, we are backed up on hydrogen because we are now backed up on the ammonia. Yay, the ammonia has backed up. How much ammonia is this? 400. Okay, that's fine. I can just do, oh, right. There we go. Huzzah! Ammonia! I did it! And these are voiding. Yeah, I have had issues of tailings ponds not voiding previously, actually, and I couldn't figure out. I have yet to figure out exactly what the cause was in the past, and now I know exactly what the cause was. I'm pretty sure I had that same type of an issue even on the previous playthrough, actually. So this has been a thing this entire time. Like this is not a new bug on these tailings ponds. The entire time that they've been able to void gases, this has been an issue with the nanobot placement. Basically, it was on the off the rails playthrough. There were situations where I would have nanobots building blueprints where tailings ponds were part of the blueprint, and they would not void until I manually pick up and put down the tailings pond again. I didn't know why it was an issue at the time. It was just a little weird behavior that just okay, pick it up, put it down again. Now I have realized exactly what the problem is, and it's because the nanobots placed it. All right, that is that done, and that is that officially done. We're done with the ammonia. Just, by the way, I can copy paste this ammonia and have 400 ammonia per second as a dedicated factory anywhere. I could just do that. Just add chromium, I guess. 4 chromium per second. Phew, that's a lot. Might be worth doing, by the way. Actually, having a dedicated ammonia factory somewhere producing, that much or more. I might. So what I would do is I would take this whole thing. So I would take this, blueprint it, and paste it down like at least twice, and that would be the ammonia factory. And I do not have to worry about the throughput of the hydrogen because I've split it into 2 lines of 600. So yay, that is that taken care of. Now for the hard part. But wasn't the whole thing the hard part? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is going... The rest of this compost in particular is going to be the hard part. We'll do the moss next for the compost. Guide us through from input to output for what? For this? For this thus far? I began at the end. So the total output at the end of this is going to be 400 cyanic acid. Ignoring the hydrogen also, just in case. Let's actually place that to make sure that this proper script is applied. This particular factory is cyanic acid, which is going to need 80 coal. So I still need to build the coal for that. And it needs 400 methane and it needs 400 ammonia. So this set of 40 chem plants will make, right down here, this set of 40 chem plants is making 400 ammonia. It needs 4 chromium, 400 nitrogen, and 1200 hydrogen. I've got 2 separate hydrogen input lines. I know this is very difficult to actually see what's going on here with all of these pipes, just because the multipurpose pipes are, well, you can see the issue here with the multipurpose pipes. But anyway, we have hydrogen that is not connected between these two. Thank you so much for the follow. And we have the nitrogen that is connected between each side. So independent hydrogen lines, shared nitrogen in the middle going up as the as the input here by having these offset just like that. Each side needs 600 hydrogen. So all the way over here, we have the electrolyzers that are just making hydrogen for that. And then here, we have the nitrogen through pressured air in DDCs. So these make nitrogen. They also make purest nitrogen, but the purest nitrogen would require filtration media to actually make more regular nitrogen for it. So I just void it. I get rid of it. I'm not interested in saving the space in this particular build by spending the filtration media, so I just ignore it. And I just void the excess oxygen out of this. So there's your nitrogen, there's your hydrogen, and then the train brings in the chromium, and that's the ammonia. Pretty simple for that particular build, the not bio-based build for ammonia. Alright, so we are moving on now to make the moss, which is going to be used to make biomass to make CO2. I need a lot of CO2 because it's going to loop back about 460 units of CO2 to keep the production of the biomass going. And that CO2 is going to be used for the methane production. So moss for biomass, for CO2, for methane. Now, could I use coke for the CO2? Absolutely, and I wouldn't have to do any of this build with the moss. However, that's not particularly sustainable. I would prefer doing this one because I just have to place this and I don't have to worry about any particular location being mined out of coal and having to go through the process of making the coke. I have a fair amount of coke to actually be able to make this, but it will be so it would be significantly more high pressure furnaces. But yeah, so I'm doing this. What did Immortal miss? I'm done with ammonia. I have finished ammonia. That is what I have done. Do I have oil near? Ish. That's a big. That's smalls. So, ish, I do. Biomass from oil. You can do biomass. You can do compost from tar. You can do biomass from tall oil. You can do biomass from shale oil. You can do biomass from crude, right there. But yeah, so let's see. Get rid of that. 2. Sure. That works. It's 14 compost plants. And it means no moss whatsoever. And 6 high-pressure furnaces. Alright. Sure, I'll go with that. I'll do that. Excuse me, but update? Hello? There you go. There you go, now you're updated. I need to grab more compost plants if I want to do that. I have half as many as I need. I would also need to grab a couple of small oil wells. What's the hold up, there is one other thing to look at, and that is so crude, but is there natural gas, and is that different? Where are all these recipes? So there's crude. I don't think I see a natural gas. It wouldn't make sense to have a natural gas. Because, well, gas versus fluid. So, yeah. It's like, oh, let's solidify natural gas. No. Alright. Alright. King is off. Goodbye. Let's see. Just gonna grab more compost plants. And, like, restock on pipe and stuff. Because, you know, I've used a little bit of pipe. Just a bit of pipe. From all of this thus far. I need those small oil wells as well. If I can find... Pretty sure I made them... So, I thought I had made them in there, but anyway. Oh, hello. What? Why are you... filling so much stuff in there? It must have made a reef. Don't think I need that many reefs. Alright, oil well. Here. Small oil derrick. Sure. Let's do medium. Let's do large. I think I can do the mediums. So I will officially be able to place these on the medium oil stuff. Although, at the moment, they are effectively the same for these two. So the small derricks have the same 1 per second mining speed as the small oil derricks. So small and medium are basically the same, because remember that the internal buffer being 100 units means that they both can only output 100 units per cycle. Each cycle is 1 per second, so it's 100 units per second for both of these. They can just only be placed on different types of resource node. It is the big oil derrick that gets a mining speed bonus. That's like behind me, but yeah, it's 1.5. I think you can barely see it. It's a 1.5 mining speed on the big derricks. That, of course, also gets placed on big oil patches. You can at least do that calculation. It's 100 per 1.5 crafting speed. And then the next size up is even bigger. Now, yeah, we do have a coke to CO2. We don't have a coal to CO2. And what was I... Also, I was here for composts. More compost plants! You there. I need you. Thank you for existing. Let's grab the other one too. Grab all of it. All of those things. And head on back. You know, today was supposed to be high-grade processing. Today was supposed to be doing high-grade processing of lead/silver. But we spent the day setting up a cyanic acid factory for said high-grade. But we gotta do something at some point. I was gonna do that oil patch right up there. I do have red composters. Yes. Otherwise it would be 28 yellows. Like, nah. Just, nah. So the funny part, if you can say that's funny, is that this is... Yeah, I only need 2 of these. They need power, of course. Um, hmm. I'll need to officially be careful to make sure that I don't break any of that. So yeah, oil. Wonderful, beautiful oil. And making great use of my length 48 pipe. Oops. How close am I to the next circuits? Very, very far. Circuit 3s are post purple science. Which is, it's a little odd. There is no blue science circuit. Like, circuit 3s are ostensibly purple for some reason, just because they require right, these are processing units. Huh. Or are they? There they are. High-tech circuit boards. So gold. Gold is what basically makes them purple. Gold is what basically makes them purple. If you've watched the Off the Rails playthrough, you've seen circuit 3s. And you've seen intelligent units. And you've seen quantum computing space science happen. So yes, they do exist. Most people don't get 2 circuit 2s, let alone get beyond enough circuit 2s to get to circuit 3s, but hey, here we are. Also, just to point out, I am now over 2,000 hours on Factorio. I am now officially over 2,000 hours on Factorio, 2,073 logged in Steam. So, yay! Stuff things. Compost plants. I need a few of these things. That's 5? Oh boy. Yeah. That's 7. These are, large buildings. In case you didn't know. These are pretty large. I am, of course, going to copy-paste this, but it's not going to be like... It's not going to be that close. Yeah, it's going to be like here? Maybe one more? Just because, let's see. Oh. I need even one more. I need one more. So, huh? Yeah, one more space. Wait, what? Oh. Huh? What happened? One, two, three. One more space. There we go. So the idea here is that I am going to have loaders unloading on each of these, and I need the space to do that. Ah, thank you so much for the follow. As we can see. That is how that will look. Oh. Off by one tile. I should probably do underground belts between these, but meh. It will be fine.